Om Shanti. To remain constantly cheerful, be easy-natured and tolerant. Make easiness and tolerance both equal. It is necessary to have easiness, simplicity, and tolerance in your thoughts, words, and deeds. If there is easiness and simplicity, but not tolerance, you cannot be said to be elevated. If together with easiness and simplicity, there is tolerance, you would then be said to be an embodiment of power. They have portrayed the Shaktis with both the virtues of easiness and tolerance. In the present result, in some cases, there is more tolerance, and in other cases, there is more easiness. Now, make both of them equal. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 15. To remain constantly cheerful. Be easy-natured and tolerant. Today's topic: make easiness and tolerance both equal. The specialities of Mother Jagadamba. On Mama's face, we saw what unshakable faith is. Mama never mixed her own dictates with Srimad. This is my thought. I think this. Mama never said anything like this. It was always Baba has said this. This is what Baba has explained. Mama related everything with such sweetness that each one was easily able to understand with what significance Baba had said that. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi ji.
Om Shanti. Everyone is cheerful. Yes, because when you are easy in nature, Baba says serene nature, easy nature, then every minute passes and you smile, whatever it was. But my response is just be happy, be cheerful, be light. It's gone. But if we hold it, then there is heaviness. And anything which happens, we keep thinking, think. Why this one said it? Why this happened? So from a mole, it becomes a mountain. Then I don't know now how to deal with this mountain. Baba has given us formula. When there is something big, make it small. A mountain to mole. One time Baba said to cotton wool, and then blow it off. Baba gives us so many yuktis where one of the important thing is not to get upset, not to get angry. Anger is quite in subtle ways appear, even in the form of impatience, mm, lack of patience, and then irritation. Sometimes I find it's also lack of faith in drama. So not getting upset, cheerful, detached, and lovely. This is called easy nature, serene nature. This whole world mm, is variety. Everyone is different. Sometimes you eat one fruit. One part of the fruit is sweet, other part is sour. And you start with sweet and then it's sour. Oh no, it was sweet. What happened? Even in one fruit, it's not same taste. Just imagine then all the fruits, all the leaves, such a big, huge kalpa tree. Even Baba tells us limit of what's the population. It's unlimited population, man. And every soul, if you look at the features of the souls, even twins, they are born same time from same mother. They look alike but not same. So I really sometimes admire what the game of the matter is, nature is. Not a single person has same features. So that means if features are not same, then sanskars are not same. Then the style will not be same. Mm. So one has to have a love and then tolerance for variety. Different. I always say we can be different, but we don't have differences. We all agree, we all are love for each one, we are together, big gathering, big family. And one of the quality of serene nature is that that soul can mm, get along with everyone. Rather feel entertaining and joyful to look at someone different. Whole world was like that. One country I went, they are celebrating their 50th next week. I'm not able to go, but I was there 50 years ago. And there were souls of many races, many religions. So a festival of Holi, you all know Holi is when they burn and spray the colors. So they start in the morning. Children start early because they are excited. And then people, like while playing, they come on the road. And then the prime minister, president, all the ministers, they keep joining them. And they all have, whole country has, even if it's a Hindu festival. Same is when Eid happens or Christmas happen or any Jewish holiday is there. They celebrate together. Because as soon as this whole seed of we are different what people call fundamentalist for anything, whether mm, in everything, whether self or concepts. So it's different, it's variety. And then every scene of drama is different. Even sometimes we say, same thing happen again. It's happening again, it's happening again, right? But it's not same. Mm. So tolerance to the difference, tolerance to the variety. I can say even tolerance to differences. When you sit in a meeting to finalize something, to come to conclusion, everyone has different idea. Can we comply it? Can we carry that whole as a agenda? Can we include everyone? Very subtle. And one who has easy nature or serene nature or innocent, but very wise, they will include. Everything can be adjusted and planned in such a way where everyone is happy. So that's what really Baba is telling us. Have easy nature so that you can deal with whatever comes in your life, whether it is within yourself, whether it is with your souls who are around you, even with the nature. Because as I said, that one who has easy nature is also very wise because their mind is so clean and pure and light that whatever they think mm, is always accepted, plus is creative, it is good. Mm. There was a time in family they used to say, whatever a child says, you must listen because the truth comes out of the child's mouth. Even if he doesn't have that wisdom yet, the experience of life, but his innocence. So it's not that innocent one is stupid. I feel innocent ones are wise. No ego of intellect, no ego. Ego is something we're not aware of. Mhm. But it does happen sometimes. So Baba wants easiness and tolerance in a proper balance. Sometimes we tell people you are too tolerant. Shouldn't have tolerated that, or you shouldn't have allowed that person to do this kind of behavior with you. Mhm. So, yes, if you have really natural, easy nature, you will definitely be very sensible. You know, there was one mother, lot of renunciation, and one night somebody came and didn't had bad. You know, sometimes it happens. She gave her bed because other one is gas, but it was very cold. The floor was cold. After a few hours, she couldn't get up, right? So we all had to go. We said, but why you have to sleep on such frozen cold floor? So sometimes tolerance is kind of also ignorance. So I think that these are the qualities when we use in our life, we experiment with them, mm, then a balance comes. I remember that Every community has different kind of cooking, different recipe. Someone keeps saying salt, sugar, pepper, sour, all equal. But sometimes it's more sweet, sometimes more sour, sometimes it is more. Every very few can do it. Mm. So easy nature, tolerance, do it. And I think it's with the experience, this self trust that it's okay. But then Baba gives us some of the qualities like you will be cheerful, you will always be light. So at least we can look at ourselves and see how much balance I by the experience which I have of these qualities. So I think it's a very Baba's knowledge is to make us real. Mm. So we have to understand. And I like when we discuss it also, experiment, share your experiences with each other. How did it work? How did it work? What did you do? What were you thinking? Mm. This kind of sharing also help us, and then we become more lovely and friendly with each other. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, dear Mohini G. Nice to see you. Look, I have beautiful flowers for you today. And they are
Wow.
amazing roses, small little roses, but very fragrant. And they grow
Mm.
right in front of Baba's home. One brother looks after them every day. So when you say that flowers bloom with love, this is really the case.
Yeah.
I wish that Zoom could have a new option. Maybe Bhumi can look into it. So you can smell it from your camera. You can smell the
Mm.
flower. That would be very nice. So
Why
good to
only
be with
smell?
you.
I want to get it. Want to
Yes,
get it.
that's next
Mm.
option on Zoom.
Mm.
I had the
Okay.
chance
Well,
to listen. I could listen to Avikti Parivar last night or so when you were with Shital Ben in New Jersey, and I really liked it because it was very cheerful and you were quite entertaining. And I think everybody was laughing a lot, and I think it's good. You know, humor is a very good. And I remember when you used to read the Merli with us, many times you were very funny actually doing the Merli, and it's good. So I was wondering what keeps you entertained in your Brahmin life? Like how do you keep yourself joyful and entertained when people come to you with sometimes a lot of problems? I guess you don't spend time on your tablet looking at some video on YouTube about cats and dogs doing funny things, right? You don't do that, right? No, I can send you some if you want. They're very funny.
I think that when we really apply knowledge and we are with Baba, we are light, lightness. Take everything, when it comes to task, your responsibility, you are kind of, mature and serious. But otherwise, I'm remembering that how Brahma Baba, you know, because he was like introverted, churning with Baba, very cheerful. So, but whenever we had to go to meet him, we will think which new song we should take. Mm. So, which new gift we should take. I don't know. This whole thing was that if you are too serious, too introverted, you need to balance it, right? So, it was. Like, okay, Baba is all constantly doing Mansa Seva. How do we go and entertain Baba? And when we went, Baba is planning how to entertain us. And there was quite a age difference, right? We were like in teenagers. Baba was in his 80s, but his planning to make us also entertain and our planning how to. So I think that it's a good internal balance, which is important. Like we work so much through our intellect and brain. And I remember there was a time after Murli class, I will come and cut vegetables where everyone is cutting to prepare for the day. I enjoyed doing karma yoga because I'm relaxing at that time. Many will say, you don't have to do it. I said, I'm not doing it for anyone. I'm doing it for my own self because I want to kind of relax my thinking and brain and just use hands for that. So I think in human life, this kind of balance is seen as necessary, as valuable, and some people are able to balance it, some we help them to balance it. But still, the image I carried for a long time, she's very serious. She's very serious. Everyone will say that. And
About you.
then they come in, yeah. So
Yeah.
when they come in contact and they hear certain things, oh, we didn't know that you are also very light. Sometimes the image and what really internal state of mind. Yeah, so I think that it's very important, and I will tell everyone to. There was time when at night, 9:30 or 9 o'clock, there was a time we all, Didi or anyone who is coordinator, we all sat together. Didi used to say, if you want to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, laugh. Do it together. Let everyone express how was your day so that you can sleep well. And when you next day morning, you are very cheerful and light. So I remember still she said, if you won't cry here, then you might cry with a other person. Better to cry here, better to laugh here. It's a family. So
So when you were
what
younger,
about you?
were you
Hmm.
sometimes also cracking jokes? Or I know, like, for example, Jagdish Bai and Brij Mohan, they could look very serious, but they could be also very entertaining. So when
Oh
you were
yeah.
younger, were you also playing sometime skits, drama, or entertainment program in the
Oh,
evening? Like, yeah.
everything.
I think we
Dancing,
need some
singing.
photograph. Maybe Bhumi can find some pictures of you.
Hmm. And drama, playing games
Uh,
because I was tall. So
what about Mama? Because sometimes we feel the way she gives a class is a little bit, it's very serious, it's very deep, it's very, good points of again. I don't remember hearing Mama having a good laugh. Maybe it was not
no,
recorded or it was not in class. So Mama was also, could she be funny? Could Mama make jokes sometimes or tease you a little bit or?
see, Mama is saying serious, but she is very cheerful.
Hmm.
When she talked, like her whole energy was cheerful and light. And the way she said it will automatically make us light also.
But was she
Because
sometimes teasing you?
laughter,
Could she be teasing you sometimes a little bit or no?
I don't remember, but
You don't remember, right? No, because I like your humor and your sense of humor is, I think, very spiritual. It's very funny, but it's pure and it's also knowledgeable. I mean, so you can be, but if I sometimes say something to you, you know how to reply in such a way that you're actually even more funny than the one who is making a joke. So that's what I like about you. Yesterday, you made people laugh a lot in the evening, and it was entertaining, was laughing. I think it's good for body, for at the end of the day, we need to laugh a little bit. It's always healthy. I was thinking there's so many questions we've been asking you, and I sometimes wonder, what did we not ask Mohini Didi? One day you should try to tell us. You never asked me about this, but as we keep searching for something new, I have a little topic, but before you mentioned about ego, and I'm always fascinated by it. And we're not aware of ego. So ego is something you're not aware of. Anger, you know, you're angry. So is there an ego detector? Is there a way to know if our ego is there, or how do you know if we're not aware? Or you ask
Bossiness,
someone,
no?
you can ask someone.
Bossy. Then you are always controlling, you are always bossy, and you are upset very quickly because if nobody does what the way you want. So it's a, I think that person might not be doing because of influence of ego. It could be sanskar, but sanskar of, I always say leftovers of some vices, So anger, ego, no attachment, it's not, it can be seen in certain ways, but it's very incognito. I think all the vices, they are only when they come in action, that these sanskars are there. So I like two words Baba used in Murli, body consciousness and ego. Any body consciousness, let's say I think I am smart, right? I look nice, I'm beautiful, or whatever. Or some people say, oh, when you smile, you look. It can build up ego if we are not attentive. Otherwise we say, well, everyone has something special. I have this, others one have this. So I don't know what more to say about it, but
No, but
you have
sometimes
any
is
thought?
ego, no, it's very subtle. And I'm wondering sometimes is ego not even when Baba says, your nature, you say it's your nature or your sanskar. When I see even myself, but when I see in others sometimes that we're a little bit attached to our ideas or to our style or what we believe, and we think it's based on gyan. We can even sometimes justify it. But Baba says, and this is in the Murli, but still ego is actually speaking more than anything else. And I think this to detect subtle ego is almost like detecting also subtle body consciousness. It's very difficult.
See, certain things you might not find how they come and what it is. But when you want to inculcate certain qualities, like I want to remain calm, I want to be gentle, I want to be respectful, you're not able to do it because of ego. So that's other way to find how I know. So I want to just interact, be loving, be respectful, and it doesn't happen. It's because of the ego. When there is no self-respect, there is ego. So try to see which powers and which qualities you want to inculcate and what are the obstacles. And you will find which vice or could be ego, it could be attachment.
Another thought I had from today's Murli, and I know we talked about it before, but Baba has been mentioning so many times. Can't you hear the cries of everyone? Make sure no one complains. Not only that they didn't receive the message, but one day he said they should not complain that they didn't have enough time to
Mm.
adopt Baba's knowledge. So not even just message, but message ahead of time. And sometimes I play with numbers and I look at, let's say, in Canada, I know the best year we had last year. Sister Shivani came, big programs everywhere. So I counted how many souls maximum we reached, during one year. And I was generous. And I thought, okay, maybe we'll reach that many souls very generously.
Mm.
And when I calculate, it comes to 0.1% of the Canadian population. So I'm thinking, what is your thinking in terms of how are we going to reach everyone? Is it going to, we should not think about it? Like it will happen something will happen? Or do we need to really turn about it and try something or invent something new? Because 0.1%, it's very little
Me,
to reach to people.
I think one thing I will start, which I am doing, is Mansa Seva, because there are some places where you could never reach. So let's say your good wishes or love for everyone, sending the thoughts that you are God's children, whatever sufferings are happening, those souls, they will feel little bit relief. They will feel sometimes like inner peace is awakening. It's difficult, like, some of the countries which are completely being erased from the map, or, lot of very deep revenges. But I think first we start with Mansa Seva, and the opportunities will come where your message can become a worldwide message. And that's what Dadi Janki used to say. And luckily, she was able to reach quite a lot number. We went to Rio, she went to Middle East, like on television. And when I was in Caribbean, and every morning we were on television. So there will be a lot of different ways which will open up for us. We will plan, we think, let's do this, but I think we should really first start with the mind, and then it will come to words, and then good example.
And I'm right that
It's
Mansa Seva is different from just remembrance, right? Because sometimes people say, oh, you don't have to think of someone or you don't have to think of the country. You just remember Baba and that serves. But if that was the case, Baba would not mention have Mensa Seva. He would say, just remember me. So Mensa Seva must be different. And when even Baba says give powers to others, does it mean for you, for example, that you may concentrate on one specific power with the intention to radiate that power so it can reach other people? Is that what you do?
I feel that a situation or a person, and you want to help, and when you are sitting and concentrating in remembrance of Baba, you are kind of have a subtle, subtle, a thought about that soul, you know, and then you find that that soul receives, and they respond. They receive and then respond. Some, not everyone is. So it is in remembrance, but is a thought to spread peace, and thought to give love, thought to remove the sorrows. So that thought with remembrance of Baba definitely works.
And the last little question, would it be that you feel we need a special, maybe I would call it a special feeling when we try to have Mensa Seva? For example, if I sit by trying to have the feeling of mercy, will that reach better than if I sit with the feeling of being entertaining or being easy or cheerful? Anything works, or is there certain feelings that may reach other souls more easily?
I think it's peace, it is love, it is power, determination. These are the qualities which are generally needed by all the souls of the world.
Okay. So if I read the jokes on world renewal from Mr. Wise, it may not be very good Mensa Seva, right? I was thinking maybe we should advertise instead of Toli because people eat too much sugar now. We should advertise, free samosa, free pakoras. Maybe we'll have more people at the center. Maybe we should try something like that. But I don't mind Toli
What the,
still. But for us, we can give us Toli, but maybe free samosa
mm,
will attract more people.
people are not eating fried even now. So
Okay, we can have
anyway,
gluten-free vegan samosa.
one thing I want to say, I think that I don't know why you didn't ask. Is something about the dress, right? Should I tell something?
Oh yes, yes, of course. Thank you. Very good, Samini. I totally forgot about it
Mm.
because yeah, we had conversations sometimes about our look, and I know there has been reflection or thinking many times about is it really useful to use white sometimes for public programs or for even at center when we're all white. I'm wondering sometime if we're maybe being a little obstacle in people feeling comfortable coming to us.
I won't think about how people feel. I will first think about how I feel because it depends on what kind of crowd is there and in the sense of, let's say, when we have, let's call of time, so we have a group of souls who are the team. So there are two souls, they always wear sari anyway, so they don't want to change it. But there are some souls, those who go to UN office, so they have light color clothes, and latest, not really like, full covered and in a very, because what is necessary is you look alokik, you look different. It's not question of wearing sari or kurta or something. We don't try to look like our dresses the way others dress. That's where I also have difficulty. I saw sometimes like there was a time there were short shirts. So, I mean, it's okay, but you can also wear something little maybe decent, better. So maybe there is this time, this is what it is. It's all right if it is moderate, it is light color, and but somewhere those who are volunteers, let's say there are 20 but serving team, they should look different. They should, it doesn't matter what they wear, but they should be alokik. I will not tell those who have never worn sari or Punjabis or no. They generally are pants and sweatshirt or whatever. It doesn't bother. I think for me, if they are comfortable, they should wear. But suddenly, if somebody appears in black clothes, and I, I feel little bit that you could have used the same clothes but in a lighter dress, lighter colors. It's like they look very alokik, very bright, and not necessarily like people, but in their own way, they are also smartly dressed and look elegant and part of the society.
Maybe we need a dress code in Western countries. In some countries, if they all wear, I know for some souls when they see a non-Indian person wearing saris, it immediately connects with, okay, this is a religious order. This is very, when I used to see the Hare Krishna, I was attracted to the picture, but I never want to talk to any of them because I always used to say, I don't want to become like them. I don't want to wear this kind of clothes. And I know some sisters, or my sisters even told me one day, I like what you do, Eric, but I don't want to become like them. Because for them, it means if I follow, then I have to wear a sari, I have to wear this. So maybe we can have a dress code for Western countries where it's more normal, but I agree
No,
with you,
Baba,
more alaukic as
Baba,
well.
no, Baba says no, like um, that if you are going for wedding, let's say we had many surrendered couples, like they are, surrender means they are Baba service, and when they go to wedding, then they have ornaments, they have sari and of their kind. So it's not that Baba had any restriction for that. But then if you're coming in the morning class with ornaments and colors, you won't like it,
That would
right?
be different. Yeah, that's
So,
different.
yeah.
And it's a big topic. Maybe I'll come back on that next week and I'll take the Toli.
It's like,
Is it a laddu? Thank you, Mohini Didi. All right. Om Shanti, everyone. Good night, Avyakti Parivar. I know it's a bit late, but anyway, you'll be sleeping in a bed of roses tonight, everyone. So, and for you, especially Mohini Didi. Whoop. All good. Good night, Mohini Didi.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.